Now guys, one thing you want to do before you start is you want to check your battery voltage before you start, so you have a rough idea of what it is. So we're going to go ahead and just check this to see what my sitting voltage is. Make sure I get good connection there. Alright, so we got 11.94, 11.95, 6, so almost 12 volts. So that's our starting point. So as long as we see something above that voltage, we should be good. It should be showing it's charging. So I'm going to go ahead and start this, and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, first things we're going to be doing today is we're going to be changing the alternator on this car. This is a manual car, and somebody has put a automatic alternator on it. So I don't know if that's causing a charging issue or not. So we're going to change it because I do have a charging issue. And with this thing sitting, who knows what's going on. So we're going to try putting a new one on. I got one from Amazon. That was actually one of the used returns, I guess you could say. I got it. I took the one that I got from Amazon to their local parts store, had them tested to verify it was working, and it is. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off. First thing you got to do is loosen the belt. Let me go over here and show you guys. With the belt, what we got to do is you got to take this adjuster here. What I do is I just got a socket that fit that, and I pushed it that way, you know, towards the intake to move it back, and I took the belt off the water pump down there. So that way I have the belt loose. So once that's off, now we can go ahead and pull the belt off of the alternator and we can disconnect it. Now before you start doing anything with the wires, I suggest disconnecting your battery. You're going to lose all your presets. eSIM's going to have to relearn. For me, I'm not too worried about that because this car has had the battery off so many times already. So, but you want to do that because that wire going to the alternator will be hot, and you don't want to short it out. That would be bad. So I'm going to go back over there, set up the camera, and show you guys how to pull it. Okay, now that we got the battery disconnected, we can go ahead and start tackling these wires here. The first thing you're going to do is disconnect this wire here. Just slide your plug off. Next thing we're going to do is disconnect that. And I should have checked the socket before I started because I didn't have the right socket. So you get your socket. You can go ahead and disconnect that wire now. Now that the battery's disconnected, we don't have to worry about shorting it out, which would be bad. That'd make a lot of arcs because that wire's hot. So we can go ahead and take that off. There we go. We got that off. Now we can go ahead and I'll show you guys what bolts we got to take out on the front. Okay guys, it is a 15 mil on this. So we're going to go ahead and I got the belt loose, so we can just go ahead and flop that off of that for right now. Just kind of leave it sit there so we can put it back on. Go ahead and take this, and should just be able to loosen it like so. So you got this top bolt here. Take this out. Get that bolt out. And we got this bottom bolt right down here. Just down a little bit. Right down there. On the bottom side of the bracket, right like directly below the pulley. So we're going to go ahead and put this on there. And hopefully be able to get that one right out like so. So we're going to go ahead and take them two bolts out. We should be able to get the alternator right out, hopefully, without too much work. That's what I'm hoping. So it's not it doesn't seem like it's a big deal to change it. So, oops, I'm sorry guys. Done knocked the camera. Knocked it into a better view. That works. I can go with that. So now we should just be able to hopefully give it a little tug maybe. Hold on, let me get something to pry here. I'll be right back. All right guys, I'm back with a screwdriver. I'm just gonna put it up here in this little gap there and just give it a little pry like so. Just it's coming right out. It's not using much force at all. So we're gonna go ahead and try to see if I can wiggle the bottom out now. pull up slightly back and forth, and it should come right out. So that's how we got it out. So that's how you pop it out. If you want, you could try to get these bushings back forward if you need to. So that way when you tighten it back up, it'll make room. Apparently my bracket's been broke and welded before. Here, I'll show that to you guys here. Right there, it's been welded. That does not look factory to me. So somebody's fixed this before. Instead of replacing the whole bracket, they just welded it. So I don't think they were factory welded there. If somebody knows if they are factory there, let me know. I don't think that is though. But it's all right, it works. I'm not worried about it. This car is gonna be a driver, so. I'm gonna go ahead and get the new alternator. I'm gonna show you guys the differences in them too. Now, here's the big difference, okay? This alternator here is listed for a manual car. See how you see the nut on there? And it's just got the pulley with no clutch. This is what's listed for the manual, for the Mike November 6 trans. MN6. Okay, now, this is what's listed for the automatic from what I can figure out. See how it's got this clutch in there? Now, I don't know how this clutch really works, but that's what I could figure out was listed for this car, for the automatic. And this is not an automatic. So, we're gonna go ahead and try this other one. I did have it tested, it does seem to work. I'm probably gonna go take this one and just get it tested too to see if maybe it works and there's just something with the clutch maybe the clutch is bad. If that turns out to be the case, I'll keep this one as a spare and probably order the right pulley offline and pull this pulley off, get the special tool and all that. But that's later on, I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on there and we're gonna give it a try. Okay guys, before I put the new one in, what I did is I just took some sandpaper here and sandpaper here and cleaned up this spot here just to make sure that the housing is getting a good bond to this bracket. It should be. I don't know why it wouldn't, but it's possible. So go ahead and just drop that in. This one actually fit without an issue, so I didn't have to push these brackets back out. Sometimes you do. You just got to be careful not to crack the ear off when you do it. So we're going to go ahead and put these bolts back in through and just try to see if I can get it aligned and get it started without stripping it. There we go. Got that one started. We're gonna get this one aligned, push through, and hopefully get this one started. So now we got them started. Now we can just tighten them up with the ratchet. So it's not too bad to do this, guys. There we go. So we're just gonna go ahead and run them all the way down. So it's gonna stop, then we're gonna have to snug it up a little bit, and it should just pull that bushing in. Now it doesn't move, so let's snug up the top. Okay, then we should be good. It's all nice and tight, so let's take the belt and let's try to slide it. Just gotta get it back off the water pump. Slide that back over that. All right, we got that back on. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the belt back. All right, guys, I got that. So we're just gonna push this way. We're gonna reach down and slide belt back on the water pump. Make sure it's back in the grooves. We're gonna let it go back up there. We're gonna take a look, make sure it's still on the crank, which it is. And we can take a look at the alternator, and that looks like it's back on the grooves too, as you guys can see. So let's go ahead and hook the wires up. We're gonna go ahead and hook the wires back up. Let's take this, push that down into that. There we go. Then let's take this and let's tighten this up. And we'll see how this works. Hopefully it works good like it should. That'd be nice. Thing is with this, you just want it tight. You don't want to like try to over snug it because you don't want to break it. So you want to get that tight, and it should be good there. Okay, I'm gonna slide the boot back over it, and we can go ahead and hook the battery back up. Then we can give it a try and see if it starts charging. Okay guys, I got the car started. Now let's see what it's doing here. Let's check our battery voltage, and we should be higher than what we were. There we go, we're charging 11, or 11. Yeah, it's 11, it's a 14 some volts, which is good. So it's definitely charging. The battery was low, but it's charging. So we got one issue fixed now. We got a car that's now charging. So that's how you change your alternator, and you can check it. If you guys want to know if it is charging and you're not sure, get out your voltmeter and check right at your battery like this, positive on positive, negative on negative, and see what your voltage is. It should be reading something like it is right now, showing that it is charging. So, but you know, on a side note, the car doesn't sound too bad. It's got an oil change on it. I did that when I bought it, and it's got actually about 180,000 on it. So, but we got it charging, so that's good. One more problem we have resolved. So